G'day everybody, good afternoon, hope you're well. Okay, welcome. Right, so, hope you've had a good weekend. It's not quite as peachy here in Sydney. Weather's lovely, but unfortunately, we're in lockdown at the moment. Anyway, here's what it is. We'll get on with it. If you are new to this channel, please like, share, subscribe, and share with your mates. And also, if you would like to use, well, look, if you're in lockdown anywhere, pretty good time to get on to tradercobb.com. That's the website where I've got the free course where you can learn to trade. Pretty simple stuff there, so go and get involved, tradercobb.com. And I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great day. Let's go through today and have a really good breakdown of the top 10 perps. So a top 10 against, a stable coin. And also we'll look at what the top 10 looks like against Bitcoin. Because we are seeing quite a bit of sideways movement. Very little movement. very little movement at all. And, the word is that many will use will be accumulation. And let's hope so. I'm accumulating. But we've got Bitcoin here. And I have changed my top 10 to reflect the way the top 10 actually looks. There are 3 stable coins in the top 10. And I still can't quite believe it. But Doge is still in there. Anyway, we'll start with Bitcoin. And I'm going to do a bit of a breakdown here. So when we look at Bitcoin now, this is the daily chart, of course. What we've got is a lower high, lower low. Then we start to come back up. Look, I'm not looking at this as being majorly in a downtrend. It's crab walking. And what that means is that it's just going sideways. There's bugger all going on. It's really not interesting in the slightest. If we look at this weekly chart right here, you'll see what's going on. It's just a very messy looking chart. Now I'm going to go across to the BitMEX chart because there's more data here. And I'm going to look at this. We'll look at it on the weekly first because what we want to realize, we want to get sort of, it's difficult to compare this move with this move, but it's really all we've got. And it does look rather similar in many, when I look at it, really, it does look quite similar. You notice, obviously, 2017, a very strong run up. This is the weekly chart we're looking at. We saw it shoot back up again and then come off hard, which is kind of looks like that. Up and then a big fall. All right. What was the distance of the fall from that last little banger? 66%. What about from here to there? 52. So where would 66 be? Somewhere down here, 20,000-ish. So it did fall percentage-wise further back then from where it has done thus far. Then we saw a little bit more of a bounce. Then we sort of stabilized, consolidated, very slow period through here. I do recall the period in November where we, clients made a lot of money. So did I. It was really bloody good. The reason it was really, really good was because we trade. We can short the market. So directional plays is what traders do. It's a speculative game, but of course we're looking to layer probabilities and layer technical analysis to create probabilities and create edges for ourselves in the market, and therefore directionally we can get it more right than wrong, typically, especially if you put the time and effort into it. So yeah, right now, it's, the move back here is not telling me about the move right here. Second to that is also the way that the market is different now. Back over here, you'll recall, Bitcoin was a fraud, it was a scam, you were going to get fired from JP Morgan if you traded Bitcoin. All these sorts of things. Now, all the people that were calling it terrible over here are now involved with it over here. So it is a very different, again, it's a maturity thing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency right now. And when I say maturity thing, what I mean by that is we've gone through the infancy. Now, if you think about, if you want to call this infancy back here, realistically, it's probably more like that is the, it's the sperm. In the cycle of life, it was nothing. It's since obviously got a lot of momentum through 17, and since through the last run, we've seen a big move. Now, could it fall further? Absolutely. Could it move higher? Absolutely. And that's the difficulty we've got, is we just don't know. All right. Using probabilities is the only thing that I have got as a trader at my disposal. And I've been doing this for 16 years now. So that doesn't mean I always get it right, by the way. It just means that I've got a bit more of an understanding as to what goes on. And also, understanding that what happened over here is likely to be very different to what happens over here. So we are holding in that range. It's banging around between sort of 30 and 40. And if I look at the 1 month, what you'll see here is this. We are still in that cradle zone. We saw a very large run, a very, very large run indeed. Then we pulled back. Now, during this run here, I know many of you are, I know a lot of people that are watching haven't gone through, done the free course, or better yet, done the course where you learn all the strategies. And yeah, you got to pay for that. That's what I do. I'm a trader, so yeah, you got to pay for that stuff. It's good though, it's good. And as a matter of fact, if there's anybody in the community who would like to say it's good, please don't take my word for it, people. You guys do it too. So, look, the other thing to consider is this. If there's anybody asking you to send your crypto from me, trying to pretend to be me, it ain't me, all right? I never do that. I never will do that. Please be aware that there are people out there that want to take your money and basically scam you. So that's not going to happen here. Okay. All right. I feel like the time scale is way off this time around. Oh, look, I don't know how one reads time scale. I'm not quite sure of what time scale is, to be honest. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. I'm not saying that. It's just, for me, it's not something that I use. I'm just looking at what I've got on the chart. And for me, we are in the cradle zone. We have had a decent pullback. And for a lot of people, I did a couple of lives that were free as well on YouTube, talking about, the duration of the run, which I think was 7 months or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That it was overextended, and it certainly could have a deep pullback, and it has done. Now, taking profits through here is very, very good. Obviously, with hindsight, it makes it much easier. But learning what to look out for, where one should be considering taking profits, it's so invaluable. It's so important. I am certain there will be a lot of people out there watching and listening to this right now that had life-changing money and possibly still do, but didn't take it, might be feeling a little bit of I want to take it when it gets up here again. Well, you've got to be careful with that, falling into a trap. You've got to know when to start to scale your profits out, and then enjoy living off them. Enjoy the benefits that it gives to you. But first, you've got to learn what to look for, and that's what you get with what I teach. So we are extended. We have pulled back, so no longer extended. Right there in that cradle zone. All right, looking very, very nice indeed. What we do have is sideways again. Look how messy this daily chart has been. It's been very difficult to get a grip of anything that follows through. Yes, we have seen a downtrend. Yes, we have seen an uptrend. As a matter of fact, I took a trade here long. I lost money here. Not on this time frame, but I did lose money there. And we have got, and I'm happy to say that because that's trading. You don't win all the time. And since then, we've gone very sideways. Very, very, very sideways. Very ugly looking chart. Now, what does it mean going forward? Oh, well, Bitcoin, there's two levels, and unfortunately we're at the lower side of that level. We've got sort of 30,000. We've got a couple of support points to get through. We've got, excuse me, 31,000 a level here, and 30,000 down around here somewhere. There you go. 2 round numbers and support. We got a lot of divergence at this stage on these lows. You can see the MACD. If you don't know what that means, again, go learn it. You can see here a lot of divergence in this. I'll look at the 2-day as well, but there's not much point because it is also very messy. Low to low, divergent again. All in all, Bitcoin hasn't made a decision of what it wants to do next. At this stage, it is very sideways, as you can see, and it's not tradable for me at this stage. If I jump down to the lower time frames, 4 hour, higher low, higher high, very messy though. The only thing that I may consider trading on Bitcoin would be the lower time frames. And I'm not looking at this as a cradle to get long, by the way. What I'm looking at here is I'm looking for better cyclicity. If this was to now push on to a new higher high and get better cyclicity, the lower time frames may offer something there. G'day, Methwich. Hey, Zoe. Alex, how are you, mate? So that's Bitcoin, very sideways. And because of that, it's causing a little bit of the market to also look a little bit, I guess, shall we say, uneasy. Now, I am still trading. I haven't had a lot of trades. I'm still long Binance, and I'll show you that trade again in just a moment. But I just minimize my risk on the positions because I know that with the market going a little bit sideways, if it's going sideways, if Bitcoin's going sideways, the rest of the market can often look a bit uneasy as well. And that's what we're seeing and what you'll witness across this top 10 now with Ethereum. If we jump into that weekly again here, you'll see that it is quite messy once again. If we look at the monthly, however, it was a massively overextended run on the last run. Look at where it came from. Look at where we've been, 61%. That was a huge move, an absolutely rip snorter of a move, topping out at nearly 4,400 or bang on 4,400, I think it is, just shy. To see a pullback on Ethereum right now, not surprising at all. What I'd like to see from Ethereum is I'd like to see it break up through the high of this level. Get above 2,411 and we'll have a bit more momentum, but it doesn't just need to break that level by a bee's dick. It's got to get that trend going. It's got to push on a little bit further. It's got to start to move a little bit better. Get that momentum back. As you can see right here, again, very small candles, very small moves, a very tight little range, which you can clearly see on this 4 hour. There's nothing there of interest for me at the moment. If we can push up, if Bitcoin and everything can just kick on again, we're away. Now, I'm talking about it from the bullish side right now. And, g'day, Winston. And the reason that I'm talking about it from the bullish side right now is because I hope for it to go up. Not just because I hold crypto and I want it to go up. I'm talking about upside because there is more probability of good trading conditions with good trends if we do move higher. You see, I'll trade when there's opportunity, when there's cyclicity, when there's trends. I won't when there's not. If everything can kick up, if we can get a kick on, we're going to have a lot more opportunity to the upside as opposed to it falling. If the market falls, we're going to wait for those midterm timeframes like the 4 hours to set up with that cyclicity again, and it's going to take a bit longer. All right, that's why I'm much more interested in more upside. Ethereum, nothing there. XRP, well, you can see it's been quiet for a long time. Let's hit that monthly first. A big run up. Obviously, when everything went off, it went off too. Pulling back, it's a very ugly looking chart on the monthly. It's a very ugly chart on the weekly. In fact, a lower high and a lower low. There's nothing of interest at all to the upside. As a matter of fact, XRP may be one of these ones that if it does fall, it might actually have a bit of sooner opportunity for a decent trend. Although, and this is what I was looking at, lower high, low, lower high. But again, look how confused this chart looks. And this is just a realization and a reminder to you. Trading is not about trading all the time. It's about understanding the conditions that you've got, your environment. I say it all the time, but if you're in the Serengeti and you're walking around barefoot with no one around, no gun, no nothing, well, you better be bloody aware of your environment because something's going to eat you, you know. And it's the same with the markets. If you don't know what you're doing, someone is going to eat you. They're going to take your profits. And it's not a competition thing where I'm better than you and you're better than me and that sort of thing. It's about understanding when to be involved and when not to be involved. The market itself does not care about you. All the aspirations, goals, dreams, hopes, things that you've got. You want to buy a new car? Cool. You want to get a new boat? Cool. You want to buy a new watch? Cool. You want to pay off your house? Great. Well, if you want to do those things, it's going to take some effort. I mean, a perfect example of that today is Richard Branson shooting himself into space. The guy started Virgin Records back in the old days, was one of the few that was happy to have Sex Pistols on his books. Now look at him. The guy flew himself to space in his own business, in his own aircraft. Pretty bloody cool. Took a long time. But he stuck to his guns and he kept on grinding and he kept on working. The same thing is there with your trading. If you want it, it's there, but you've got to put the work in. Yes, there has been in the past some easy money to be made in crypto by buying alts and watching them go bananas. That's fine. I like that. That's great. But did you get out? Did you understand what you were looking at? Do you understand the way that the market cycles through? Do you know how to take profits? These types of things are so integral, not just to you. If you're watching this and go, well, I don't really want to be a trader. That's fine. Bottom line is if you're buying and selling crypto, you are in the market. I'm in the same market as you. Understanding what to look for your entries and exits is absolutely key. And more importantly than any of that is understanding your risk management and really taking it seriously. Now, many people don't and they get burnt. So, a little harp on about that, but what I'm getting at is this. Anything that you want to achieve financially, especially in life, because I'm not going to change the world by trading charts unless I go into philanthropy and give money away and do those sorts of things. But it all starts with understanding that you've got to understand first. If you want anything the market, especially crypto, with how dynamic, fast, and volatile it is, it can give you anything that you desire, but it will not care about you. You have to care about you. You have to learn what you're looking for. You have to understand what's going on. And then just because you do a course, for example, doesn't mean you're going to get it straight away. You got to work at it. Don't try and get rich quick, because you'll get poor very fast. Focus on understanding what you're looking for. And that brings me back now to XRP, because what I'm looking for is cyclicity. I'm looking for good trends. Something as simple as trend. Well, we got a potential higher low and a potential lower high. There's no clarity there for me. There is nothing there that would coax me into wanting to be involved in XRP on any level at this stage right now. So I won't. Again, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, all very sideways. Are we going to see anything change on Bitcoin Cash? Absolutely not. Look at this. Absolute mess. You want to trade? Don't. If you want to make money, don't trade through this. It is absolutely shocking. Look at it. Whoops. Up we go. Back down we go. Very ugly. We had cyclicity through here. Then it died. And it has died a death violently. It dropped very hard. Coming to the 4 hour, my midterm time frame. Again, we're boxed. 475 and 541. Get out of there. Possible higher low, possible lower high. Again, nothing there to work on in this top 10. The market as a whole moves together. We know that more than likely as a whole, the majority, right? So this top 10 analysis is here to show you and to just yank out any little detail that you can about understanding. It's going to be hard while things are sideways. It really is. Look at DOT. How much time do you advise to wait before putting money on the market? I don't advise at all. I never advise, never have, and never will. My background is trading. I invest as well, but I am a trader. What I do is I follow my rules. That is it. All right. I just follow those rules verbatim. Essential rules must be met. Bonus factors add to the case. Right now, first rule, trend. We haven't got it right there. Let's quick. These little live chats help give certainty to new and old members that they are in the right place at the right time, but have to be patient till the market makes a definite move in either direction. Yeah, Bob, you're bang on, mate. It's slow right now, and you gotta look at things for what they actually are. I'll give you a surfing analogy, right? Right now on the eastern beaches here in Sydney, it's pumping. It's probably, I haven't seen it this morning, but yesterday it was sizable and the wind's backed right off. So it's going to be absolutely smoking all up and down the coast. Now's a good time if you like surfing or bodyboarding or anything in the water to go, because the conditions are right. The swell's there from a groundswell. The period between them, there's plenty of power in it. It's offshore, lightly offshore right now. It's perfect. Today's a great day to go surfing. But go back to say, I don't know, Friday, and it wasn't good for surfing because conditions didn't come together to provide you with what you want. The markets are exactly the same. When you don't have the conditions you want, you bide your time. Now, don't get me wrong, I still scan every single day. And the reason I scan every day is because I want to know what's going on. There is a book called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And if you have read that book, it will help you to sort of zone in, I suppose, on some of those characteristics I'm talking about, those things coming together. I'll still do my scan each day, but if I don't find something, I won't trade. And that's the difference between one of the differences between somebody who's been doing it a long time and knows what they're doing. Because doing it a long time doesn't make me good at it. I've been running since I could walk. I'm not a good runner. Time, for me, hasn't helped me become a better runner. Because I haven't been working at it. I haven't been focused on it. This market is sideways right now. Zoe, love your intro course. Getting my feet wet using leverage and margin risk. We'll look into the full course soon. Keep it up. Thank you. I'll get the full course in due time. No worries. Have a break. Take a break. That's the thing. If you don't want to do it, if you need a break, take it. Walk away. But walk away properly. Just walk away from the markets. But you can only surf the waves when you're pumping if you have put in the practice when they are small. That's exactly right, Ash. Dunk. Nail on the head. You can only surf great big waves if you have done the work prior, and that is what we're doing right now. Perfect. So yes, again, DOT, look at this, very sideways. Let's hit that weekly. Let's look at what it looks like. It looks like a box of frogs, all right? Rubbish. Good on you, Ash. Okay. Yeah, it's a great book, Meth Witch. I struggle to say that, but, you know, Meth Witch. That's the name. The monthly's pulled back in. It's been a deep pull back. The bottom line is it's very slow. We've got to get above the high here. Got to get above $17.67. And it's got to get on with some cyclicity. So far, the top four have all been sideways with no real trend. We come to Litecoin. There's a lower high. There's a lower low. Am I calling this a great downtrend? Absolutely not. Not at all. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the indicators here because I don't want to confuse people. I'm going to keep it very simple. If you want to learn about the indicators, again, you don't have to pay for the course. Go on to the free one. If you like what you see there, go on, you know, pay me some money and let's get you going forward. But look, here we have, again, a very sideways, ugly looking market. All right, Litecoin looking similar to DOT, looking similar to XRP, ETH and Bitcoin. Sideways. Doge, I can't believe I'm even looking at this chart. In a top 10 environment, I mean. I'll look at it any day, but top 10 feels weird still. We do have a downtrend, lower high, lower low. Is it a good downtrend? Well, let's ask the 12-hour and just squirrel down a little bit more. Well, it's definitely there. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Possible lower high here, but also possible higher low here. It's in the mid zone. It's in a transitional point. Are we going to see it push higher and break this high and get us in an uptrend? Are we going to see it push lower and continue the downtrend? Whilst it's in the middle range, I don't care because I won't participate. It's very sideways. Once again, the 4-hour is a mess. I'll throw this up. We'll look at the weekly and you can see how far it has pulled back. You can see it's a messy chart. On the monthly, we're coming back into that cradle zone. But there's nothing really there today. No decisions to be made. Is there any way that you can copy my trades? No. No, I don't do that. I don't have a copy service. I do have, and this is only for people that have done the course, is a Slack group where I'll post what I'm talking about. I'll have videos every day, that sort of thing. We discuss and I share screenshots and whatnot of what I'm looking at. But other than that, no, my objective is to help you to understand what you're doing so you don't need anyone else. It's not to just throw tips out there. Just too stressful. And I just don't live that way. That's why I don't have a fund. I had a fund when I was 23 and over in London and I hated it. I just didn't like it. It doesn't suit me. So that's the reason I don't have a fund at the moment. On to Binance. One of the few that is actually showing a little bit of momentum. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, higher low, higher low, higher low, pushing on again. Now, what was the trade? Why am I long in Binance currently? Well, here it is. One of my trading strategies is a breakout type trade, and I'm long. I didn't quite get my 1-to-1 here. I was so close, didn't get it. But my stop's in, and I'm still long. I'm in profit. Hopefully, we do see it kick from here, and I hold this for the next 3 months and make $1 million from this trade alone. But who knows? But what I am seeing is this: higher low, higher high, higher low. Come on, push to a new higher high. We look at the 4-hour here. It's been messy, but it's starting to move out. It's starting to step out. It's still messy. If it gains some more, and then the next pullback, that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. But alas, right now it's just moving up. I'm happy with it, but not much to say. The only one in the top 10 so far that is sort of showing a little bit more momentum is Binance at the moment. I'm just going to look at this on the weekly and monthly as well. Weekly, there's a potential higher low here, but it's got to break above the high of 432 before that would go into an uptrend on the weekly, and I hope it does without pulling back. Monthly candle, we're up 8%, but again, it's not showing a great deal. I've got my position. I'm holding that position. We'll see how we go. Cardano, once the talk of the town. Well, it hit $1 bang on the nose once, and toonst and thrinst and funst. That's not English. But you can see $1's held very, very strong. We're currently above $1, $1.35. But again, look at the trend. We need to get up above this high. That high is $1.50, let's call it. Have a look at the weekly. What do we got? We got Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Look at that. What a mess. Yuck. Don't want it. Don't want that in my life. Very choppy, very messy, needs to get some momentum, needs to follow through. EOS, Peter Thiel is building his own exchange on it called Bullish. Good going, Peter. Again, yeah, a very unknown market on Cardano. UNIPERP, again, another exchange token, looking quite a lot better than much of the other market, and here's why. Higher low, high, higher low, higher high. We do have some cyclicity there. We have come off from the most recent higher low to the high, 55%. We have built back a wee bit, but perspective comes from the weekly. Potential higher low, very messy chart. The monthly, little bullish candle in the cradle zone. Now, on my watch, it says the 12th. There's a long way to go to the end of the month. There is momentum on that daily. There is no doubt about that. There is momentum, same with Binance. But out of the entire top 10, this is not tradable for me at this stage on the 2. On the 1, it needs to get better cyclicity. On the 15, no, it's got to start pulling back. So, to conclude, and I'm going to show you the Bitcoin pairings as well, so we can match them both together, so it's not over yet. But in concluding this top 10, we've got Binance and UNIPERP that do have actual momentum and cyclicity. The rest of them look a mess. So that's a pretty good sign that, you know, you got to be Johnny on the spot. You got to pick your battles here, guys. There's not a lot of activity out there. There's not a lot of trend out there. Now that can change in a split second. We know cryptocurrency, boof, it can just, you know, off she goes when she wants to. But right now, you're better off taking these, putting them under your bum, keeping them warm. Sit on your hands, okay? Sit on the hands. The top 10 against Bitcoin. Let us have a look at what it looks like here. So we've only got 9. When I show you Ethereum against Bitcoin, of course, we did see Ethereum when it rocketed. It really rocked, didn't it? Let's look at it now on the weekly. Pretty messy. Still around that cradle zone. Let's look at it on the monthly. Well, it's very extended. Could it pull back further? Of course it could. But Bitcoin would need to kick like a mule. Or we'd need to see Ethereum crap the bed for it to really have to pull back. There is a trend there. There is flow there on that monthly. And that is a higher time frame chart. Don't forget, many people don't look at the monthlies, but they are important. They still act like any other trend. By the way, if you're just on here, please like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff, and visit tradercobb.com to get yourself onto that freebie. You'll get all the stuff that you need to understand these scans a heck of a lot better. So yeah, again, Ethereum, you look at it here, it's a very big mess. There's no cyclicity. There's nothing in the way of any certainty from the market. It was looking quite nice throughout this period, but then as soon as it started to look really nice, it decided not to pull back in, but to keep on going. So Bitcoin now taking a bit more back from it there. Binance against Bitcoin. Well, we do have a higher low and a higher high. Is it a great looking trend? No. There is a wee bit of resistance, as a matter of fact. It's not an exact level, but through here, we push up through there. We start to look a little bit better. Again, I'm going to go to the weekly. You can see it's been messy. It pulled straight back in. Look, bang, into the cradle zone. Bang, straight back out. Bang, back in with a higher low. We get up through this high here, and then we've got that follow through of that weekly uptrend. The monthly, of course, Binance really just, look at those for a couple of months. 247% against Bitcoin. Then 109. Big moves on Binance. Will it do it again? I don't know. I do not have the conditions that I'm willing to be trading at the moment on Binance against Bitcoin, because it is a little bit wonky. If anything was available, it was there. You'd have your first target hit, you'd be in. But I'm not. I have not done that. I have left that alone. Cardano. So again, what I'm focusing on here is just seeing where are the trends. Are there any trends? Again, so Ethereum, Bitcoin, no trend. Binance, Bitcoin, a little bit of a trend, but resistance ahead. Cardano, Bitcoin, well, you tell me. What a mess. It's just choppy. It's disgusting. I'm not interested. Once again, we're not seeing the major top 10 alts outperforming Bitcoin in a big way right now, because all of them, or nearly all of them, are sideways, because Bitcoin is undecided. The rest of the market is also undecided. Now, when we look at Cardano here on the monthly, you can see it's still a long way from its moving averages. Can it achieve its all-time highs against Bitcoin? I don't know. But what I am going to say is that my objective, my job each day as a trader is to make decisions on what I'm going to do for that day. That's why I make watch lists. That's why I do my scans. That's why I'm here with all my screens and blah, 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 blah. It's because I'm in the environment to make decisions. I have to. This decision for me, it's easily made because the chart made it for me. Understanding what I don't want is very important. I don't want something that's not trending. It's not trending. XRP, again, the daily. Look how flat this is. Let's look at the weekly. It's a mess. Look how messy this has been. Look at that for a disgusting looking chart. Horrible. Hideous. Yuck. It's just terrible. Trade that, lose money. Look at the spikes. So look at these spikes. Yuck. No, I don't want that. It's disgusting. Doge. Well, we can look at Doge and go, wow, okay, well, it's definitely falling. Is that in the downtrend, Craig? Not particularly. No, because a downtrend, we need to have good cyclicity. Pull back in, move away. Pull back in, move away. We pulled back in, we moved away. Pull back in, moved away, but we still haven't broken the low. And it's just messy. Look at it grinding it out. Also, these spikes, they add additional risk. So these spikes will take you out. Pachoo, pachoo. Look how thin this will look. See these candles, how they look real strange? It's thinly traded. Well, not thinly traded. It's just got no cyclicity. It's not good enough. You know, I want smooth, flowing, trending charts that are predictable. This is not that. Not even close. So Doge, again, rubbish. Dot, well, what do you know? Sideways. Look at the weekly. Disgusting. Lower high, lower low, yeah, it's there, but there's nothing to do. There's no momentum right now. You know, look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. No thanks. Look at it on the 4. Look at this. This is my mid time frame. No thanks. This is the one that helps me to decide direction for the day, or if I can go to the lower time frames. And it's just not there. It's horrendous. Unique New York. All right. Bit of a higher low here and a higher high. So daily trend, tick that box. Little bullish candle there. It's not the most bullish, a bit undecided. I didn't trade that, by the way. The weekly, it's pretty messy. The monthly, no thank you. So again, we can see, yes, while there is momentum there on that daily, one of the few. So Binance and Uni, again, no surprises. Against Bitcoin, they've had quite the gain, whilst Bitcoin is being sideways. So that's telling me that exchange tokens are doing a lot better, and it's very clear to see. You look at the 12, it's pulled back in. That 16 there, it broke down before it broke up, so there wouldn't have been anything. Again, yes, there's momentum, but is it tradable on momentum? And my decision is no. Bitcoin Cash against Bitcoin, completely sideways once again. Let's look at that weekly. What a mess. Let's look at that monthly. Again, it's a bit of a mess. If anything, there's a very much a downtrend. Lower high, lower low, potential lower high. But we haven't got to a new lower low yet. A massive divergence over the last couple of years. It ain't no good. So again, I looked at the daily. What is there? Not a great deal. I look at the 4 hour. What is there? If anything, there's not even a level there. If it goes, then pullbacks in, perhaps. But again, you can see it's boxed. It's in a consolidation. Another one to leave. On to Litecoin Bitcoin. Here we have another one. Have a look at it on the weekly. It'll be down. Lower high, lower low. Well, actually, just one candle, so it's just streaming off. But again, look at the chart. It's a mess. Look at the monthly. It's a mess. So you might be asking, what was the point of doing this scan if everything's a mess? You know, if there's more rubbish out there than what there is good, what is the point of you know, doing what I've just done? The point is this: if you want to trade, you need to understand that it's not all, you know, rainbows and lollipops. If you want to learn to trade, you've got to know not just what to get in and how. You've got to know how to manage your risk. You've got to know what strategies you're looking for. You've got to know how to manage your own mindset. You've got to understand what markets to be active in and what markets to not be active in. There is so much more than just a trading strategy when it comes to being a successful trader. That's what I'm here for. That's why people pay to do an education with me. It's as simple as that. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I don't really want to do that because of whatever, that's okay. I'm not here to convince you to do something. But if you are trading already, if you're, or it doesn't even need to be trading. if you're active in the digital asset market, pretty good idea to learn what you're looking for and to help you to know when to stay out and when to get in. Because I can tell you right now, it's during these periods of time that when you made profits, and there were some good profits made throughout the year, and let's not beat around the bush. I'm sure a lot of you have seen your accounts far higher than what they are today. It's up to you to make sure that you take some profits along the way and know when to get back in and all that sort of stuff. But I'll tell you this, it's easy to see it disappear, and it sucks because I've seen it happen to so many people. You can't let greed be an emotion that runs you. You can't let any emotions run you. And in fact, if emotions do start to come into it, that should be a part of your trading plan that helps you to understand it's time now to unlock some of that profit or close out some of that trade if you're at a loss, because it's understanding management of your psychology that is going to help you to manage yourself when it comes to your risk management and your trading strategies, for which I only use 3. All right, it's not complicated. It'll take some time to get used to, but it's not over the top difficult. The point of this video is to show you, if you're not finding much opportunity right now, neither am I. There's not a great deal out there. Take your time. Be patient. Learn. Because with the surfing analogy before, you can only go and surf the great perfect waves like we've got today if you first know how to surf. The time to learn how to surf is not when it's 8 to 10 foot and you're at cloud break. The time to surf, if you want to surf that break, was probably 10 years or 5 years prior. So you can learn how to, have your fitness up, be able to take on a wave of consequence like that, and to manage the risk. Don't freaking surf at dead low tide. Shish kebabs will eat you. So you've got to understand your environment. No different when it comes to trading. If you're in lockdown at the moment, I'm with you. Find something fun to do. Find that you get through this with the focus of becoming better on the other side. That's what I'm doing. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Like I say, share, like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and go to tradercobb.com. There's a heap of stuff there that's absolutely free there for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the community, guys. Not much going on right now. Binance is moving. That's good. But let's keep an eye on it. I'll let you know if anything goes on. Cheers, guys. Bye.